looking stadium, fabulous part of the world. The weather has been beautiful. The fan zone earlier today, I visited it, and that was rammed with people. So much enthusiasm around. You see the gate stats, see how it's developing there. You see the inside gates now really working well. Gate number 3, Jason Dawes, the only rider to have won there, so that really hasn't come alive at all. So I suggest a little later on that will be avoided when it comes to the gate picks.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a little bit deceiving when you look at this particular graphic, because they look even, you know, 1, 2 and 4, but actually 1 and 2 have come good later on. So as a rider, you're looking at that and saying, yeah, okay, 4 was good, but it's not so good now. And it's going to be interesting when it comes to the semi-final gate picks.
Indeed it will, and they'll have to keep on top of it, the teams in the pits. It's all part and parcel of it, and being able to choose the right gate, and particularly when you've got the points in the bag, that helps enormously. Follow us on social media, please. It's so much information you can gather there, and keep up to date with everything that's going on. Great to see a lot of youngsters here as well, really enjoying themselves. And as I say, Poland, it really is, takes Speedway very seriously indeed, and they love it in this part of the world. There is no league team in Warsaw, so the fans do have to travel from quite some distances, but they come in their thousands here. Saw plenty in the city earlier today. Great atmosphere, everybody enjoying themselves, and so far this evening they've been royally entertained.
They have, yeah, and they've had an entertaining day down in the fan zone. Always nice to get down there. They get to see the riders and meet them and get their autograph and everything. And yeah, fantastic day down there. So yeah, the Polish fans know how to enjoy themselves. You can see there now.
I don't know how you've said that with a straight face. I was expecting to meet you in the fan zone.
I was busy, Kelvin.
We must have missed each other.
I was busy.
So next up is heat 17.
Not as busy as this young man here, though, as he looks to be the first Polish winner in the Narodowy Stadium.
Yeah, he's desperate for that. He says it's his dream to win here, and he'll be hoping he can make his dream come true here this evening. He made hard work of it to begin with, but he's given himself a very good chance of progressing with 2 back-to-back wins. Track rating is still continuing. It's just about coming to completion now as we run into the final 4 qualifying heats before the semi-finals. We do hope that you're enjoying it at home. I know we are here, and when you come to big stadia like this in capital cities, it does give it an extra special feel. You can't ignore that. Of course, championship points are the same wherever you race, but there's no doubt it does feel a little bit extra special when you come to the big stadiums. So Phil Morris once again, roaring around the pits. Riders have been released, and they're coming out for their last qualifying effort here. Mikko Mikkelsen, it's been a desperate night for him after such an encouraging start. I mean, really difficult to explain that, but hasn't scored a point after winning heat number 1. That seems some time ago now, but even with a change of equipment, it just hasn't made any effect at all. So I'm eating to forget for Mikko Mikkelsen. Came in with such high hopes, that's for sure.
And such a fantastic opening ride. That's hard to understand.
Yeah, it's such an eye-catching ride. Just can't quite explain it, but nonetheless, that is the situation. So Mikkelsen is here with us here for his final outing off the inside, trying to salvage some pride here, I would suggest. Hasn't gone to plan. So he's on the inside in the red helmet colour. Dan Bewley looking for at least a point here, going out of gate number 2 in blue. Gate number 3 in white is Kim Nielsen, and Maciej Janowski off the outside in yellow. Janowski, who is on 7 points, but hasn't won a race. No. But needs at least 2 points here to make sure of a semi-final berth. Is extraordinarily tight from 2nd place down to 9th right now. Really is very close indeed. Maciej Janowski is in 9th at this stage on 7, and he hasn't won a race, so this could be his moment. He's ridden well tonight. You've pointed it out as well, Chris. He's had a lot of intent. The body language and the way he's riding is much, much better than 2 weeks ago, and he's got that outside gate.
Yep, tough race. It's all about, really, it's got to be about Maciej Janowski, Dan Bewley. Both need something out of this one.
They do indeed. Marshall getting a little impatient there.
It's getting a little aggressive now, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's tension now. Nerves are on. vital part of the meeting. And there's no doubt that Dan Bewley had a gate number 2 on a nice clean run to that first corner. Here we go then. Heat 17 then. These 4 will complete their qualifying heats. Well, Mickelson, where did that come from? Absolutely fabulous start. Bewley follows him round. Bewley nearly running the back of him. Now come Maciej Janowski. He comes round the outside, but Bewley just about hanging on to second place. Maciej Janowski's gone to the back with Kim Nielsen sneaking up the inside. But so Mickelson, well, he's going to be so frustrated, isn't he, after the evening, because he absolutely flew away from the tapes.
Yeah, starting with a win. Looks like he may well finish with a win, but Maciej Janowski, I tell you what, he's got some work to do. He's got to pick up something out of this race, and at the moment he's got no answer to Kim Nielsen ahead of him. Yeah, Dan Bewley will looks like he'll go through reasonably comfortably.
Indeed he will. Could be desperate times from Maciej Janowski. Looking pretty solid tonight, but this is not the result he was looking for. Mickelson, one last blast to finish his night at work. Will pick up 6 points, but won't go any further. As you rightly say, Dan Bewley back in second place. That's a handy second place for Dan, and that'll move him on to 9, and that'll see him through. It's going to get very tight indeed, but for Maciej Janowski, no wins, finishing on 7. Well, that is very vulnerable. He's outside the top 8. That's a desperate finish on his quality. Needed a win. There you can see the position there. Bewley moving on to 9, but he's completed his rides. Max Frick needs a ride, but good move from him. For Maciej Janowski in 9th on 7, with other riders in front of him. I tell you, I think his night's work is done. I really do.
Yeah, looks that way.
Tough one for Maciej Janowski to take. Hasn't been the season start he's looking for. Such a talented rider, second here last year.
Well, 2 words to describe the rider in red, Mikkel Mikkelson's night: purely frustrating. He started with a fantastic ride and a race win. He finishes with a race win. Only just misses out by a couple of points on a semi-final spot, but those 3 last places in between have really cost him dearly. But Dan Bewley didn't make a great start, and I think it was just the fact that Mikkel Mickelson had made such a good one. Little mistake there on one of those ruts on the inside, runs across the run there of Janowski, but Janowski had no answer for Kim Nielsen later on in the race, and he will now almost certainly dip out. Disappointment for Janowski.
Yeah, it is indeed, and it's difficult to explain when he's such a talented rider, but they'll keep working. They'll come back for Prague, which is not too far away, where he's won before in Prague, so they'll be looking to get their campaign back on track. That was quite wet there. You can see he got filled in badly early on. Mickelson finishes with a win, a touch of consolation there for him. Frustrating as well, as you rightly say. But he's probably just in a bit of a daze at this stage with the way the evening's gone. Yeah. For Maciej Janowski also, another disappointment for him. And he'll have to just dust himself down and come back next time. Heat number 18 is with us. And Ty Woofenden will be out. He's looking for points. So is Leon Madsen. This is a tough one. And you've got to say Robert Lambert hasn't had the evening he's wanted. He's pretty much out of it. And Ty Woofenden will go from the inside in the red helmet colour. Alongside him is Robert Lambert in blue in gate 2. Gate number 3 in white is Leon Madsen off the outside. The man leading the way on 11 points is Jason Doyle in the yellow helmet colour. Woofenden needs another big result now to make sure of a semi-final berth. So does Leon Madsen. Robert Lambert could be a spoiler, of course. He has the quality, he has the class, but it hasn't been his night. But for Leon Madsen and Ty Woofenden, they've given themselves lifelines. They've got to keep pushing on.
Yeah, they need points, and Jason Doyle is going to want to keep that winning feeling from the outside. He won't want to go into the semis having dropped too many more points.
Absolutely right. Here we go then. There we go. Heat 18. We go charging towards the first corner. Robert Lambert, a little bit like Mickelson, has just made a dynamite start. He hits the front. Woofenden's gone to the back. Here comes Doyle now. Charging around the outside. It's slippery out there. Bit of water. Lambert now out in front. Doyle's chasing hard. Leon Madsen into 3rd place. Woofenden. Oh, this is desperate times for Woofenden. Needs points. Can't afford to finish there. But Robert Lambert, how can you explain Speedway sometimes? How can you predict Speedway when he's had an awful night and he's going to finish with a stunning win here if he can keep it going?
Yeah, another frustrated rider, Jason Doyle there. A little mistake from him, just allows Leon Madsen to just make up the ground a little bit, but this is not going to be enough for him. Robert Lambert will finish very frustrated. Jason Doyle beaten again, but oh, here comes Leon Madsen. It's going to be tight into turn 3.
Here we go then.
Jason Doyle just stopping him there.
Robert Lambert finishing with a flourish there. Not enough, but like Mickelson, a consolation prize for him. Doyle back in second place, finishes on 13 points. Bitterly disappointing moments for Leon Madsen and Ty Woofenden. Might not be enough for him. 3 points for Robert Lambert out in front. Jason Doyle 2 points in second. Leon Madsen grabs third place. And Ty Woofenden missing out there. How costly was that mistake earlier on? Really has hampered his progress. And Ty Woofenden on 7 with a heat victory. In 6th right now, but he's extraordinarily vulnerable. There you can see it. Doyle on 13, having a great night. Bewley on 9. But we're going to have to see exactly how this works out. But riders on 7 are vulnerable.
They are, and they seem to be under pressure on 7. Nobody can seem to grab a point that they need in these last few races. Jason Doyle with big circles there on the first lap. Looks like he's going to be able to round up Robert Lambert, but Robert, great throttle control. He's a great motorcyclist, and he manages to get the power down on the ground on the inside and finishes himself with a race win, but he will be a frustrated man leaving the Narodovi Stadium as he fails to make the semi-finals. But Jason Doyle, another solid ride for him. He had to run across the front of Leon Madsen on the last corner there, but never afraid to make that kind of move, Jason.
Yeah, well, Ty Woofenden and Leon Madsen both finished on 7 points. They both had a heat victory, but they're vulnerable in the last 2 qualifying heats with riders that are on 7 points already and with a race in hand. So we'll keep an eye on exactly how that pans out. Heat number 19 then. And we'll see the wild card once again going from the inside here. Kowalski. Freddie Lindgren, who has battled hard again, grafting away.
I tell you what, Kowalski could finish on 7 with 2 race wins.
Well, might be an outside chance. We'll wait and see. Tall order. He's had a great night in truth. Big ride here for Freddie Lindgren. 2 points required minimum. A warning for Patrick Dudek. Of course, he had that earlier on. Hasn't been Patrick's night. And he's languishing down on 3 points from 4 outings, excuse me. And even a heat win here. Wow, how tight could it be if he could win it? Kowalski on the inside in the red helmet colour then. Jack Holder going along nicely out of gate number 2 in blue. Freddie Lindgren out of gate 3 in white. Patrick Dudek off the outside in yellow. Huge moments this. Jack Holder's ridden nicely tonight. It's on 8. Needs to build on that, but looking set for a semi-final this time in round number 2 in the Narodovi in Warsaw. Here we go then. Tape's going up now. We're underway. Holder's made a great start from 2. England's there alongside, and Kowalski in 3rd early doors with Dudek out the back. Jack Holder's had speed all night. I sense once he really settles down here, oh my goodness, here comes Kowalski charging into 2nd place. England replaced the compliment. Back up the inside. Kowalski winding it on around the outside. He's not going to let him have it easy, is he? No. England having to work really hard for 2nd place.
Yeah, Kowalski getting cheered on in this Narodovi Stadium by the home fans, but the race seems to be settling down now. And Jack Holder is going to finish his qualifying races off with a lovely race win. Looking really settled out there on the track, not making any mistakes. It's a handy 2 points now for Freddie Lindgren. He'll make the semis with that.
Brilliant stuff from Jack Holder. He's going to move on to 11 points and complete his qualifiers. He's safely into the semi-finals. Has ridden superbly well this evening. Great stuff from Holder. Freddie Lindgren once again, another workmanlike performance from him, but it's good enough. 2 points, had 7 in the bank already, so that should be enough. But for Jack Holder, a terrific effort from him. The Australians really are having a successful evening here, that's for sure. Holder out in front, 3 points. Freddie Lindgren back in 2nd place, 2 for him. Patrick Dudek coming through in 3rd, and Kowalski missing out. Desperately disappointing night for Dudek, though. And he won't be seen again. Jack Holder into 2nd place, completing the 5 rides. Bewley on 9. Freddie Lindgren also finishes on 9. Vasilik on 8. Frick on 8 with a ride in hand. So does Vasilik. Ty Woofenden has completed on 7. And Bartosz Zmarzlik also on 7. So it's going to get tight there. It's going to get very tight indeed for the final qualifying place of the semi-finals.
Yeah, it is, as we take a look at heat 19 once again, and Jack Holder hits the front from gate 2. Great start for him. Looks at this point like Freddie Lindgren might be able to make a run around the outside. He's generated plenty of speed on that opening corner, but this is where Kowalski says, hang on, I'm going to join this party, roars up the inside. Lindgren then repays the favour with a great ride back up the inside of him and collects the 2 points to put himself safely in the semi-finals.
Yeah, nice ride from Jack Holder. It's looked good all night, in truth. Freddie Lindgren got 5 points out of his last 2 rides, and he needed that. And he sits in 4th place right now on 9. So after a bit of a blip with that last place in his 3rd ride, has turned his form around. But for that young man, he'll be very pleased indeed after the frustrations of 2 weeks ago. He's rectified that and showed great form throughout. Rock solid, Jack Holder's been this evening. And good job so far. Excited about the semi-finals coming up shortly. So Heat 20 will complete all the qualifying heats. Every rider will have had 5 outings, and still plenty of interest in this. This is for sure. On the inside, the world champion in the red helmet colour. Gate number 2 in blue is Max Frick. Gate number 3 in white is Anders Thompson. And Martin Vasilik goes from the outside in yellow. Wow, this is a tough race, and all these guys are really desperate for points. Martin Vasilik going along nicely on 8, but wants to keep going and add to that total. But Bartosz Zmarzlik, having won the last 2 times out, is on the inside. He'll dearly love to win this race and finish with a bit of a rattle.
Yeah, finishing with 3 race wins going into the semi-finals would be a nice confidence-boosting.
Nice way to turn your race night around after 1 point
yeah.
2 and a crash involved in that. Here we go then, Heat 20. Star Marshall happy, he's away. Here we go. Whoa, Max Frick, out of the start. He's hit it. Look at Martin Vasilik charging around the outside, fast himself to the front. He's there. Here comes Bartosz Zmarzlik. Has to slam the brakes on there. Certainly that's not done him any favours whatsoever. Anders Thompson out the back. Is this going to be enough for Zmarzlik? He'll finish on 8 if he can hang on there. Martin Vasilik looking set for a win. Max Frick having a great night as well. He's going along. He'll finish on double figures on 10. But Bartosz Zmarzlik working hard. He's not going to throw the towel in here, Chris.
No, he's not. No, he's going to keep charging. You can see there, big dive around the outside. He's in the deep dirt. It's going to make it work. A small mistake from Max Frick and Bartosz Zmarzlik. This Polish crowd screaming him around the outside.
One last turn then for Martin Vasilik. Terrific stuff from him. He's going to finish on 11, comfortably into the semi-final. Zmarzlik having to work overtime there to get the better of Frick. All 3 riders through to the semi-finals. Bartosz Zmarzlik's had to work very hard tonight, but gets 8 points out of his last 3 outings, so does the job in the end, but was under immense pressure earlier on. But for Martin Vasilik, that's a great performance. He's only dropped 1 point in his last 3 outings. That's a great performance from him. Comfortably through. 3 points for Vasilik, 2 points for Zmarzlik, 1 point for Frick. That's how it rolls out. Ty Woofenden, at this moment, on 7, looks like he might have been in there, and I was thinking he's going to be extremely vulnerable. But for
2 race wins.
Ty, 2 race wins sees him through. Wow, that was tight indeed. Fabulous Speedway. We can't wait for the semi-finals.
Let it go.
I'll be the first.
I will get my title back.
It'll be me this time.
2 times world champion.
1 more before the games. No one can stop me. I will be world champion.
Discover the award-winning Renault E-Tech electrified range. 100% electric, full hybrid and plug-in hybrid. Now with 0% APR.
I want you to see the sun coming up over the pyramids. I want to give you every
Time for a new phone? Don't worry, it might cost less than you think. With Vodafone Evo, you can spread the cost over 3 to 36 months. Vodafone Evo. Interest-free contracts from 3 to 36 months on new and refurbished phones.
All this exercise. Whatever happened to my lovely life? Oh, mind your step. Brilliant. No more running. What's this? A doctor living in her phone? It's a medical breakthrough.
Get a GP or physio appointment in just a few taps and access all your healthcare needs in one place.
We'll have you up and running in a few days.
What?
Thanks.
Not on my watch.
Hello? Can you hear me? Hello?
Goodbye,
Hello?
tiny doctor.
Vitality Health Insurance. Healthcare at your fingertips.
This isn't an ad for a car manufacturer. And it's not an ad for a car show with 3 blokes in it either. This is about you winning your dream car, a load of cash, or both.
What? Yes!
Enter now at botb.com and you could be next.
No, I got.
So as night falls here in the capital in Poland, in Warsaw, the stadium really coming to life. Really fabulous scenes. Right, let's get down to the race director now for the draw for the semi-finals. So there you go, they're the 8 riders that have made their way through to the all-important semi-finals when the big points are handed out. Guy on the phone there must have been quite nervous, actually.
Just asking what they want on their pizzas after the meeting.
And so the first semi-finalists are now just gathering around. Frick's involved with that. And it's been a tough night of Speedway so far, there's no doubt about that. These are big moments. Bartosz Marzlik has certainly worked very hard indeed. And he's battled very hard to make his way through. And a champion's performance so far from Bartosz Marzlik. Lindgren, who has an outstanding record here as well. He's made it through after looking a little vulnerable when he failed to score in heat number 12, but then came back with 5 points in his last two qualifiers. Let's take a look at the 8 riders that are dropping out here. They'll be awarded points. So Madsen gets 8, 7 for Janowski, Mikkelsen 6, Lambert 5, Kowalski's done well tonight, and 4, Thompson 3, Kim Nielsen 2, and Patrick Dudek just a solitary point. And then, of course, we have the points, the big points to be awarded in the upcoming 3 races. And Phil Morris will be just making sure that he's got everybody shipshape in Bristol fashion, ready for the draw for semi-final number 1, which will be coming up very shortly. It'll be interesting to see which way it goes there. I think if I had the first choice, straightforward. Gate 2's been working well, but possibly gate number 1 I would plump for. I think I may be safe there.
Yeah, brave move to let any of these guys go off gate 1 if you're going to choose gate 2. It's interesting because, you know, gate 4 was so good early on. It hasn't been quite as effective. There has been a bit of a track grade as well, so that will make a slight difference.
It will indeed. It's actually the last time they will grade the track. They leave it after the semi-finals for the final. So it will be allowed to evolve before the final, and it will change. But the track has behaved pretty well. It's a little tricky in places, but on the whole, it's been a really good race track. And not too many complaints, I think. I think Doyley actually pointed out that it is a little bit tricky in places, but I say on the whole, riders have coped very well with it.
Yeah, they have. I mean, turns 3 and 4, the inside has rutted up a little bit. Within the track grades, they've spent a lot of time just knocking the edges off the ruts. It's important, really, not to fill them in because that can really catch the riders out. Unfortunately, when they have a track grade, that does actually happen, and that's when you can get caught out. But no, the track has held up very well. It's afforded the riders plenty of racing lines. You haven't really had to avoid any particular parts of the track. And as a consequence, we have seen some fantastic racing.
Yeah, right from heat 1 when Mikkelsen roared around the outside, that was spectacular, and it burst into action, and it's really held the attention of all the fans throughout the first 20 heats. And they are enjoying it royally here. Such a fabulous scenes we see, and again, I can't reiterate what a fantastic atmosphere it is as well when people come in so full of enthusiasm. So right, here we go then for the gate draw, and we'll make our way down to Phil Morris now.
And the first choice for semi-final 1 is Jason Doyle. Please select your start colour. Jason selects the blue gate position. Next to make the selection is Dan Bewley. Dan, please select your colour. Dan selects the red gate position. Next to make the selection is Frederick Lindgren. Freddie, please select your colour. Freddie selects the yellow gate position. And the final gate goes to Max Frick. Max takes the white gate position.
So there we go. Line up for the first semi-final. Beauty on the inside in red. Doyle alongside him in blue, Max Frick in white, and Lingman going for the outside. Might be tricky there, track's just been watered. But you know he's going to work hard. Jason Doyle, can he make that gate number 2? Quite a brave decision to make, but 13 points would suggest he's full of confidence and believes he's been making starts from everywhere tonight.
Yeah, he hasn't been afraid to come off any of the guys.
Choice for semi-final 2 is Jack Holder. Jack, please select your colour. Jack selects the blue gate position. And next to make his selection is Martin Vasulik. Please select your colour. Martin selects the red gate position. Next to make the selection is Bartosz Smazlik. Please select your colour. Bartosz selects the yellow gate position. And the final gate goes to Ty Woofenden, and Ty selects the white gate position.
So there we go then. Draw for the second semi-finals. Just the 6 World Championships between the 2 boys on the outside there, 2 gates. Fantastic lineup. Jack Holder's been growing great guns. Gate 2 was popular there in the semi-finals. Both the first choices going for that start position, clearly feeling that's going to give them the edge they want. But Martin Vasulik on the inside, he's going to be a major threat there in semi-final number 2. Smazlik's going to have to keep working hard to make anything from the outside. But if there's any man that can do that, he's the one.
I'm not sure I would have given Vasulik the inside gate by choosing gate 2, but Holder obviously riding high on confidence. He's certainly been a very consistent performer tonight.
He has indeed. He's ridden superbly well. All eyes on the world champion when he comes out for the second semi-final. And can he make the final? Just dipped out last year with a mistake in the semi-finals. Hasn't made a final here, which is an incredible stat. You can't believe it. And he's trying to rectify that very shortly. But the riders now, the 4 semi-finalists for the first semi-final, are preparing themselves. They'll be released very shortly, really building up the atmosphere before they are released for this all-important first semi-final.
Okay, Kelvin, put you on the spot. Who's going through from this semi-final?
I can see the 2 lads on the inside, Chris. I fancy Doyle and Bewley. Freddie Lindgren certainly going. It's a tough call, but if you're putting me on the spot, I'm going to go for the boys on the inside 2 gates.
Can't disagree with that.
So I think Lindgren will have to produce something pretty spectacular. And he's capable. He did a great ride in Godesham when he passed Woofing around the inside. So he is on top of his game, that's for sure. Once again, has had to work extremely hard to get those 9 points to get himself this far.
Well, you said it earlier, he is a grafter.
He is indeed, and Max Frick having a good Grand Prix, and won 12 months ago, of course, here in fine style. We're just waiting for a little bit of a confirmation. It's all cleared up now, so we're underway. Boys are making their way out into the arena for the first semi, and here they come. And a terrific lineup. I mean, it's so competitive, so little to choose. 270 metres this track, so little. You really have got to be on top of your game when you make decisions out there. Frick's ridden nicely. The Australians have had a smashing night in truth. He ended up on 9 points, really going along well. And could we see 3 Australians in the final tonight? That really would be quite remarkable. But here we go then. Tense times. Bewley looks like he's already ready. He's on that inside gate. He'll have the red helmet colour as a consequence. Gate number 2 in blue is Jason Doyle. Gate 3 in white is Max Frick. And on the outside is Freddie Lindgren in yellow. Can he produce there? I just sense with the track being freshly prepared, it could be a touch difficult, but...
They did leave dirt up the top, though. Yeah. They haven't brought it all down, so Lindgren certainly does have a chance around that first turn from the outside.
Yeah, and he's the sort of guy that can utilise it. He's pretty sharp out there, that's for sure. Doyle's been making good starts throughout the evening, finishing on 13 points from his first 5 rides. Bewley's been a little up and down, but still pretty solid. He's had a couple of wins. He's had a last place, but last couple of rides weren't so impressive, but nonetheless he's there. Gets away, Bewley will be hard to beat. Oh, yeah. Carries so much speed. Plenty of gardening going on there on the inside by Bewley. Doesn't want the ground out. When that exhaust pipe, the silencer at the back end of the bike touches the ground, it just kills your momentum away from the tapes and could cost you dearly. So with the ruts on the start and the temporary track, Scotty Nichols pointed that out earlier on. It really is crucial. Here we go. Riders coming forward. Business end of the meeting it is now. First semi-final in the Naradovi Grand Prix of Poland. Here we go then. Away we go. Boys on the inside have made a go. What a run to the corner from Doyle. Oh, here we go. Freddie Lindgren getting in the action. Beauty in the second place, but Doyle fires himself around the outside. Oh, Lindgren out of shape. Beauty's got to get out of the throttle. Oh my goodness, that was chaos in turns 3 and 4 in the opening lap. But Doyle's out in front, and somehow Freddie Lindgren's in the second place.
Oh, it got so tight on that opening lap down the back straight. Again, another small mistake from Freddie Lindgren, and Max Frick he won't need a second invitation if he makes another one. But Jason Doyle, meanwhile, is checking out up front. Really got plenty of speed, riding very, very well. Got a feeling Dan Bewley may have had a bike problem on the first lap. I thought I heard a bit of a misfire.
Well, bad luck for Dan Bewley. Got to say that's bitterly disappointed for him. But you've got to believe that Jason Doyle on fire here tonight. He wins the first semi-final, and Lindgren's through as well. It was chaos on the opening lap, going through turns 3 and 4. I can't believe they all stayed on. Freddie Lingman was on the back wheel. Bewley had to get out of the way. My goodness gracious me. Bewley and Frick missing out. But Doyle's having a terrific night and he's in the final once again. 2 consecutive finals in the first 2 Grand Prix for the Australian. Doyle through, Freddie Lingman joining him in the final. Max Frick and Dan Bewley just missing out in that first semi-final tonight. Was quite a mix-up there, and I just sense it. There's no doubt it hampered Bewley big time.
Yeah, big time. He actually had made a decent start at the first turn around the inside. Looks like he's going to get there, but just runs across. I don't think he realised at that point that Jason Doyle had generated so much speed up there. And at that point there, Freddie Lingman dives up the inside, then picks up a rut. And the bike lifts, does very well to control it the way he did. And Max Frick looks like he's going to get a rut up the inside. But yeah, Dan Bewley does have to get off the gas. And then he pulls the locker.
That was hard on him there, wasn't it?
Yeah, very much so. He actually had made a mistake, I think, at the same time. Max Frick looks like he's going to pay attention to Lingman's bike there, and then he clatters into the side of him. But Jason Doyle, once again, just like Croatia 2 weeks ago, making the final.
Yeah, smashing ride there. Got to feel a little there for Dan Bewley. It was chaotic, but it was tough out there. Grand Prix racing is tough, and the Brit misses out. Fair play to Freddie Lingman. Took it up. How he stayed on, I don't know. I really don't know. When you saw the slow-mos there, fuck it, that bike was almost upright through that corner.
Best riders in the world, Kelvin.
Indeed they are, Chris. And it was shown to full effect there in semi-final number 1. So now it's semi-final number 2. So Woofenden we're focusing on, coming up to tapes now, going out of gate number 3. It's been an up and down night for Ty, just squeezed in on 7 points as a consequence of 2 race wins. And can he capitalise on that? Smarslick hasn't made a final.
No, well, he's going through his mind when he knows he's never made a final.
I think he might be thinking, I would like to make the final tonight. I think it's overdue. Martin Vasilik riding great guns as well on that inside gate. And Jack Holder had a good night as well. On the inside in red then is Martin Vasilik. Alongside him in gate number 2 in blue is Jack Holder. Gate number 3 in white is Ty Woofenden. Bartosz Smarslik off the outside in yellow. What a semi-final this is going to be.
It's got action written all over it.
Yeah, semi-final none certainly was.
I actually think Smarslik will be quite happy coming off the outside gate.
Okay, reasons?
Just because he can generate the speed up there. That's where he likes to be, roaring around the outside in the dirt. He'll be very comfortable with it. He will have to look for who it is that pops out of the pack and tries to roar across the front of him if he doesn't make a good enough start.
Good answer, like it. And we will watch keenly on exactly what happens. Of course we are. All eyes on the action here. Riders just taking their time. Jason Doyle had the first pick, of course, took gate 2. And he won nicely. Jack Holder did exactly the same here for semi-final number 2. Will it be successful for another Australian here? Here we go then. Green lights on now. Here we go. Yes, it has. Jack Holder's made an absolute super start there. Bartosz Smarslik working, but it's Ty Woofenden. It's tight down the back straight. Woofenden momentarily into second place, running wide. Smarslik cutting the corner off. Here comes Smarslik. Oh, it's tight! Smarslik up the inside. Can he get there? No! Woofenden has responded, but Smarslik's through. Woofenden just killing his momentum at a vital moment. Holder's away, looking set for the final. Smarslik, wow, he's had to work for that. And he's through to second place.
Oh, Bartosz Smarslik worked so hard for that. He was inside, outside, using every little bit of the track. Meanwhile, Jack Holder, what a super start. He chose gate 2 with confidence, and he made it work absolutely perfectly. Looks like these two are going through at the moment.
They are indeed. Down the back straight for the last time through the final corner. Jack Holder, absolutely fabulous moment for him. Smarslik through to his first final in the Nairobi. Would it be his night finally here? He said coming into the night it was his dream. But congratulations to Jack Holder. Missed out last time in Gorishan. Fabulous ride there. Gotta say, gate 2 worked a treat for him. Flew away from the tapes. He's been fast all night. And he goes through nicely to the final to join Jason Doyle and Freddie Lingman. Out in front, Jack Holder and Bartosz Smarslik through to the final tonight in the Nairobi. Martin Vasilik and Ty Woofenden just missing out. It was awfully tight coming out of that first turn. Action-packed race once again.
All action first couple of laps, particularly for Bartosz Marslik, but Jack Holder, look at this start. The bike just accelerates. He just winds the throttle on, takes it all the way into the corner. Meanwhile, Marslik's on the outside. Ty Woofenden pops out the middle there. Looks like he's done enough, runs across the front there of Bartosz Marslik, who goes in very wide, looks for the cutback, then realises Vasilik's already there. And, well, what does he do? He doesn't shut the throttle off, he just turns to the left a little bit more and comes up the inside of both of them.
Fantastic speedway. Marslik was completely out of shape in the bottom corner.
Not out of control.
No, well, it looked a little untidy.
Fine line.
Fine line, yeah, fine margins, but he made it work. And for Woofenden, they just got a little bit out of shape there and missing out. He'll be frustrated with that. Was desperate to make the final, as all of them were, of course. But for Jack Holder, this is a special moment for him. No doubt about that. Marslik came on strong the longer the race went on, but he knew he had it. Delighted, the Australian. We've got two Aussies in the final. They're having a super time.
Look at him. He's chuffed to bits to be making the final here, and the narrative is celebrations, almost overexcited there, making his celebrations before he even comes out.
Well, it's his first final he's ever made.
Yeah.
So that is a special moment
for him, because he's worked hard all the way through the Grand Prix Series last year.
He did, and as a substitute rider, and he's been quick all night, and he's made it work, and he's made up for the disappointment from 2 weeks ago. So terrific stuff from him. So let's get some reaction now. We can get down to Scotty Nicholls. Dan Bewley's with him.
Yeah, Dan, I can see the emotion on your face, mate. Just quickly tell us how you saw that first lap.
Yeah, I haven't seen the replay, but, you know, I kind of made a mess of the start, you know, just lifted a little bit, and then, you know, the third bend, I thought Freddie was coming to clean me up. He lifted, and I got off the gas. I almost laid it down, and it's one of those things. Maybe if I laid it down, we would have been in a rerun, or he could have kept going. He might have made it, could have kept going and got cleaned up. So, hey, that's a mistake. If I had made a better start, might not have been in that position. So, that's the way it goes. But, hey, we're healthy. We have to fight another day.
That's it, mate. You're here for another day. Move on to Prague. Thanks, Chang.
That's it. Thank you.
Great when the guys come forward. Clearly very disappointed, but it was a hairy moment there where Freddie got out of shape. You know, it would have been a very difficult call if he had have laid it down for the referee. But that's the way it goes. But two semi-finals, still a solid start to his campaign this year for Dan Bewley. Still getting some solid points, that's for sure. But we've got our Bartosz Marslik through to the final now. So we'll take a look at the finals for you. And Phil Morris now for the final.
The first rider to make his choice for the final is Jason Doyle. Please select your colour. Jason selects the blue gate position. And next to make his pick is Jack Holder. Jack, please select your start colour. And Jack selects the red gate position. And next to make the selection is Bartosz Marslik, who goes straight for the yellow gate position. And the final selection goes to Frederick Lindgren, who selects the white gate position.
So there we are then, the finalists. Jack Holder in the inside. Jason Doyle alongside him in gate number 2. Gate number 3 is Freddie Lindgren, and on the outside is Bartosz Marslik. Smashing looking final. First final, debut in the final, of course, for Jack Holder. Can he win it like Dan Bewley did last year in Cardiff? What a moment that really would be.
What a one to win for your first one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow, yeah, absolutely. It would be extra special that. He's done great work. And Jason Doyle has been the form man. He's been rock solid throughout the evening. Really has looked in a class of his own at times. Marslik will be very keen indeed. I think that goes without saying that he'll want to win here.
Yeah.
I think he looked very happy just to have made the final. I think that's a boost in itself, having come so close on many occasions. But he's finally got there. We haven't had a Polish winner here in the capital. So will we see one tonight? Bartosz Zmarzlik, of course, won 2 weeks ago, leads the World Championship coming into tonight. So almost certainly he's going to continue in that vein. Will lead the World Championship coming away from here, with Robert Lambert missing out. Freddie Lindgren also could well lead the World Championship if he could win. It is depending on how the finishing order pans out. But for that man who came so close 2 weeks ago, just made that slight mistake, hard to be critical, and just slipped off the bike. Showed great sportsmanship, Jason Doyle, to pick the bike up, to actually push it off, to allow the race to continue. But it's a great intrigue here, great interest in this final. A debutant and some very experienced riders on the outside of him.
Yeah, I feel when they were making the choice of gates there that you thought that Jack Holder may take gate 4.
Yeah, I did. I just thought he may have been tempted. He did hesitate coming forward. It must have gone through his mind because the track has now not been graded and the dirt's there.
What would have been the thinking? Was it just about him being off gate 4, or was it Zmarzlik not being off gate 4?
I think probably the fact of Zmarzlik not having the inside gate. I think if you give Zmarzlik the inside gate, I think he's got every chance of doing something from there. But a very tough call, but I think he's probably taken the right thing in that situation. A difficult one, but as plumps for a safe bet, if there is one. So here we go, riders on their way to complete the night of racing. It's been a fabulous Grand Prix. It's been a wonderful effort for World Championship Speedway. Round number 2 here in the Narodowy Stadium. It's the Orlen FIM Warsaw Speedway of Poland. And it's final time, people. This is what it's all been building up for. And nobody's gone. Don't go out to the kitchen. Don't do anything daft like that.
Strap yourself into your chair.
Yeah, you've got to just hang around for a few moments longer. This could be very special indeed. Will we see a first Polish winner here in the Narodowy with the world champion and the championship leader? Will Jason Doyle get back to winning ways? Could we see a debutant and Jack Holder win? So many permutations, and Freddie Lindgren, who was 3rd in Goroshan 2 weeks ago, will we see him back to winning ways? He knows how to win there.
Yeah, 5 out of 6 finals here in the Narodowy.
What a record that is, Chris. It's a fantastic, it is a terrific record, and he has won here, he won here in 2017, so brilliant stuff from him. So great reception as the centre green announcer announces and introduces the finalists, particularly for Zmarzlik. Of course, he's an absolute hero in his home country.
A hero all over the Speedway world, Kel.
Yeah, he is, yeah, absolutely, Chris, he is. And when you see him ride, you understand why. He is an excellent advert for Speedway, no doubt about that. Great to see 2 Australians in the final, that's for sure. If they're watching back down under, I'm sure you're enjoying it. Early start for you, but I'm sure you're wide awake.
Wherever you're watching, put your drink down, you're going to make a mess.
Yeah, you might just do that. Here we go then. Final time. Last 4 laps of the night. Start Marshall's happy he's away. Lights on, away we go, even break. Holder's made a great start on the inside. Lindgren chops right back. Gets his nose in front. Holder and Lindgren down the back straight. Here comes Doyle around the outside. Jack Holder, what a moment it is for him out in front. Lindgren in the 2nd place. Here comes Doyle. Zmarzlik out the back, but Jack Holder, he's away.
Oh, this is going to be a great moment for Jack Holder. He doesn't look like he's going to get past him there, right at the edge of the dirt. Everything working perfectly for him. A scrap at the back for Zmarzlik, desperate to get on the podium. Oh, here he comes up the inside. He's not going to give an inch here.
Oh, Doyle's down. Drama in the final, Chris. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Referee's got a big call there.
Oh, this is tough for Jack Holder. He was comfortably out front.
Oh, Holder was so close to winning his first Grand Prix. Doyle's down. Zmarzlik in danger of being thrown out of the final.
Tough call.
Yes, for Steentoft. Huge call here in Poland here this evening.
He hasn't had a lot to do
tonight. Drama in the extreme.
Got a feel for Jack Holder.
You have. Yeah. Doyle's on the track. He's receiving attention. He hit the ground hard there. Zmarzlik's got to be nervous. It was so tight down the back straight. Desperate to get on the podium. You said it. He wants to get on the podium.
Yeah. He wants to reward these fans. You know, they're so supportive, so many of them, and he was desperate to get on the podium.
Yep. So concern for Jason Doyle. Let's hope he's okay. But we won't be showing any replays while he is being attended to until we're sure that he's A-OK before we show you any more scenarios of that. Yeah, we can see it now. Clearly, he's sat up. That's good news.
Yeah,
here we go then.
Good news. He is sat up. We can see Smarslik. He's just sat on the back of the bike. He's not going to give an inch. I don't know if there's contact there or not.
Well, it was contact.
Yeah,
it was contact. And do you know what? Smarslik's just got his nose in front, you know.
Yeah.
There, it's just taken his leg.
Yeah, there just wasn't enough room to turn the bike at that point. So could well be unfortunate for Bartosz Smarslik. He could be going out here. Yeah, you can see the arm's gone. He's almost physically taking him off the bike. This is a much better view. Clattered into him, elbow over him
and then the leg, almost dragging him off the bike.
Jason can't do anything. The handlebar, yeah, he's taking him. He's going to have to go. The Polish fans reacting to those slow
They don't like
motions.
it. They don't like it. What a decision. I wouldn't want to be a referee right now. Doyle still being attended to. He's sat up. Nervous times for Bartosz Smarslik, so desperate to be on the podium here in Narodowy, his first final. And could he be thrown out?
It could well be.
Really tense times here. Really huge decision in the context of the evening, no doubt about that. Bartosz Smarslik trying to just zone out here, desperately hoping he gets a bit of good fortune, I would suggest.
Yeah, we're just taking a look at it again, but it doesn't matter how many times we see it. There's definite contact, definitely taking Jason Doyle off the bike. The referee could decide he was in front.
Well, that's it. I was just going to play devil's advocate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Could he suggest that actually Smarslik was past him?
He could do. Yeah. It's a really difficult call, actually. I have to say, traditionally, most referees would certainly exclude Bartosz Smarslik in this instance, but it could go either way.
And when you consider where we are and who Smarslik is...
That can't come into it, Kelvin.
Well, might do a little bit.
He's definitely caused him to go off.
Blue's out! He's excluded Jason Doyle. That is a huge and a controversial decision here in the Narodowy.
That's a big call.
Wow! Jason Doyle's going to be absolutely fuming about that.
Yeah, he will be.
Absolutely fuming. He's had a fantastic night, and he'll feel aggrieved about that decision. Bartosz Smarslik, well, he's just got out of jail there, I believe.
I wonder if there'll be words as Jason makes his way back to the pits.
Second final, second time he's been off the bike. It's looking good so nice. Jack Holder, he just said, was away. He was looking like a winner. How ironic could it be if Smarslik now wins the final? Oh,
wow.
Can you believe what we're having here?
Yeah, he's got a reprieve.
This is just extraordinary.
Disappointment once again for Jason Doyle. Disappointing in Croatia, having made the final. His own mistake that time, but yeah, he will feel aggrieved.
Yeah, I know I would.
I am biased, of course.
You are, but I have no skin in the game at all, and I know as a rider, I would have felt very unhappy about that decision when clearly Smarslik clouted him going into turn 3, but the decision has been made.
Anyway, 4 more laps.
4 more laps. And can Jack Holder reproduce that start? Pressure on, often isn't the case. So the restart for the final. Freddie Lindgren's in there as well. We haven't said much about him. He had battled hard into second place, hadn't he? He was looking good.
Yeah.
Can he reproduce something from gate 3 now? I'm still getting over that decision. Wow. that was a big one. And line up for the rerun then. On the inside is Jack Holder in red. No rider, of course, in gate 2 blue. Jason Doyle is excluded. Gate number 3 in white is Freddie Lindgren, and Bartosz Smarslik, I believe, is a touch fortunate there to be in the rerun off the outside in yellow. Could he now do it? Could Smarslik now come up trumps and win here for the first time.
Well, he's guaranteed a rostrum spot, so the pressure in some ways is a little bit off him, but I've got to say, if Jack Holder can't make another electric start and win this race, I will feel for him.
Yeah, I think we all would. You know. Debutant, first time in a final, looking set for a win, and then all the fireworks went off behind him. And he's got to do it all again. Tough out there. Can you keep your composure? Nerves are jangling, no doubt about it. But for Bartosz Zmarzlik, he's been around a while. He'll want to take this opportunity with both hands and try and win on the night now. Here we go. Second time of asking in the big final. Settling down, start marshal is happy. He moves away. Green light comes on. Away we go. Freddie's made a great start. Holder's just missed it. Lindgren hits the front. Zmarzlik round the outside, generating pace. Holder just squeezes him up. Oh, that was so tight indeed as they go into turn 3. Lindgren's away. He's top the timing charge. He's hit the front. Holder in the second place. Zmarzlik in third.
Yeah, Freddie Lindgren will be so happy with this. The only rider in the lineup using a belt drive as opposed to primary chain, and well, he's out front, he's looking good, he's got the speed. Zmarzlik's not going to give up. He's going to be on the podium for the first time in the Narodovi, but he won't be happy with that. He'd rather be on top spot.
The lap to go, Lindgren out in front, made a great start from gate number 3. Zmarzlik coming on strong round the outside. Zmarzlik, he's coming on stronger round the outside. One last blast, right to the first corner. Lindgren will, oh my goodness gracious me. It can't get any closer than that. What a conclusion to the night. Lindgren just about hanging on out in front. What a final. I'm really not quite sure who got second there. I think it might have been Holder.
It was close. I think it
was very tight indeed. What a battle for second and third. Lindgren got tight at the end of the race, but he wins here in the Narodovi. Congratulations to Fast Freddie Lindgren.
Forget Fast Freddie, it's Grafter Lindgren.
Yeah, absolutely. What a way to win a Grand Prix. He's won here before. Second victory in the Narodovi. We still wait for a Polish win. Zmarzlik, well, it's been an up and down night for him, but he's on the podium, that's for sure. We still wait for the final result, because it was so very tight for second and third. Got a feel for Jack Holder. Here we go.
Yeah, let's just see the run into the finish line here. Looks at this point that Jack Holder's got it. Yeah, I don't know.
Wow, that's tight.
I think it's Holder. I think Zmarzlik passes him after the line.
Only just.
I'll tell you what, Bartosz Zmarzlik starts his night with a crash, then gets to third place.
Wow.
And then he's within, I don't know, 12 inches of actually winning the final.
Tell you what, this is very close, Chris. Very close. Wow.
No, for me, it's a dead heat.
Wow.
Transponders can sort that one out.
They're going to have to. Freddie Lindgren's the winner, though. We're hearing now that Jack Holder does hang on for second place, so congratulations to him. He would have dearly loved to have won it, but second place in your first final, no bad result at all. Bartosz Zmarzlik finishes in third. Jason Doyle, of course, was excluded. He'll be fourth on the night, but desperately disappointed not to be on the podium.
What a start to this series for Freddie Lindgren.
Fantastic. And here we see the result then. Freddie Lindgren wins the final. Jack Holder back in second place. Bartosz Zmarzlik in third. And Jason Doyle will finish in fourth, having not been in the rerun. Jack Holder looks like the happiest man on the planet right now. Probably just as delighted as Freddie Lindgren. Lindgren really has come good here. We see it again, Chris.
Yeah, fantastic ride from Freddie Lindgren. Great start, just got across Jack Holder. That was important. That was the first thing to do. Bartosz Zmarzlik there. He runs into the fence. He runs into the dirt, up the fence. You can see there the bike takes off. Then I think there's contact actually with Jack Holder, and he can't turn the handlebars. So he had every right actually to go down at that point. Did extraordinarily well to stay on his bike. And then he gets his composure back and just chases for the entire 4 laps, right down to the finish line, and almost wins the race, to be fair. An unbelievable last lap from Bartosz Zmarzlik. But it is Freddie Lindgren, Holder, Zmarzlik, What a race, what a race.
What a way to complete the evening. It has been a treat to be here. It's been a fabulous Grand Prix, that's for sure. What a tight finish. Smarslik certainly played his part. Lindgren just about hanging on. Jack Holder confirmed as second place. Brilliant stuff from him. A first and a third. And a first and a third for Bartosz Smarslik, so there'll be equal top points. So there we are then, the Narodovi lit up, looking resplendent in the night sky. What a night we've had, a night to remember. It's going to be a night that lives long in the memory here, no question about that. Really has been extra special, and the riders have put on a wonderful show for us. It's been an outstanding Grand Prix. So there we see the World Championship points from this round in Grand Prix number 2, SGP2 here this evening. 20 points, Jack Holder 18, 16, 14 for the top 4. And let's get some reaction now with Scott Dickles. He's down on the centre green. He's joined by the winner, fast Freddie Lindgren.
Your round 2 winner here in the PG Narodovi is Freddie Lindgren. Freddie, my God, you've had to work your socks off tonight.
Dude, it's always hard work here in Warsaw, but I really love this place. You know, what atmosphere. You know, I got my family here, my daughter here, a lot of sponsors, and woo! Awesome.
Mate, you have such a good track record here. You got a second bite at the apple with the restart. What was going through your mind at the line?
Well, you know, of course it was tough luck on Jack. You know, he had that one in the first one, but and I was fairly okay with the second, to be honest with you. But we got a restart, and you know, I had to focus again, and made a blinder start, and rode some good laps, a bit defensive. You know, the guy behind me was coming fast, so but I managed to hold on to the finish line, and I'm super pumped, super happy.
I bet you are. There's a lot of carnage behind you. Fully deserved. Well done. Thank you, Freddie Lindgren.
Thank you.
Yeah, fantastic performance from Freddie Lindgren. Superb effort to win here again in the Narodovi. He's had a first and a third, as has Bartosz Smarslik. So we'll see the position of the World Championship confirmed very shortly for you. And here it is now. They're both on 36 points, tied at the top of the World Championship chase. And then in third place is Jason Doyle. Could have been better for Doyle, but nonetheless he's going along very nicely. Jack Holder, wow, into fourth place. Fifth for Lambert, Ty Woofenden on 6th. Martin Vasilik on 21. Dan Bewley on 8 on 20. And then working away right down there. Work to be done for Leon Madsen and Maciej Janowski in Prague in the next couple of weeks. But Bartosz Smarslik and Freddie Lindgren certainly will be pretty chuffed with that. But for Freddie Lindgren, there's no question he is going to be chuffed to bits with this victory here this evening. No doubt about that. So Bartosz Smarslik coming forward now, finishing on the podium for the first time in the Narodovi, in the capital city of his home country. He's pretty pleased with that.
He's worked hard for that.
Yeah, he has, and I think he was just delighted to be in the final. It was he's got that monkey off his back. Jack Holder, what a night it's been. Could have been better, of course. And gracious of Freddie Lindgren to suggest that he would have had that way in first final, finishing second. He's super pleased. But certainly the Australian has had a fantastic night, a night he'll remember.
Yeah, he'll be going to sleep with that smile on his face tonight.
And here's the man of the moment, Freddie Lindgren, 37 years of age, just getting better and better. Certainly has ridden so well, worked very, very hard, said he loves the place. But what a night it's been. Freddie Lindgren wins the Grand Prix here in 2023, round 2 of the SGP series. What a night it's been. And these three riders now can just begin to soak it all up and really reflect on what they've achieved.
Yeah, what a fantastic result for Freddie Lindgren. He just loves this place, doesn't he? 2 times winner now in the Narodovi.
So now we have the third place trophy for Bartosz Schwarzlik, presented by Agata Nowinska, the director of PKN Orlen, the title sponsor for the evening's Grand Prix. And Schwarzlik just blowing himself there. Crikey, that was a tough night. Started with that crash, 1 point from 2 rides. Coming forward now is Mikhail Sikora, the president of the PZM. He'll present the second place trophy to Jack Holder, who has been fast all night, you know. He's been really on it right from the word go. Even when he dropped a few points, he still looked threatening, didn't he?
He was always threatening anybody in front of him. He was consistent all night long, made some terrific starts as well.
Yeah, could have been better, but in the end, he's had a terrific result. I'm sure he's pleased as punch. But coming forward now is the president of the FIM, Jorge Viegas, to present the trophy to the winner on the night. Jorge Viegas, a busy man, he travels around the world, but a fantastic moment. And there's the winner's trophy. Fantastic for Freddie Lindgren, joint leader of the World Championship after 2 rounds. He's healthy these days. He's had a couple of seasons where he really has struggled with his health, but back to full fitness, and wow, he's going great guns.
Yeah, fully deserved victory for Freddie. Grafted, as you said earlier on in the meeting, so hard all night.
So let's hear the national anthem of Sweden now. Many congratulations to Freddie Lindgren. Proud moment for him. On top of the box once again. He's had that feeling on many occasions before. Could it be fast Freddie Lindgren's year? Started in fine fashion, squeaked into the final 2 weeks ago in Gorishan and capitalised there. But what a conclusion to this final. It was dramatic stuff.
Yeah, 3 riders there in the end, throwing everything at it. Jason Doyle losing out once again in the final, but it's just going to stiffen his resolve. I'm absolutely sure about that.
Absolutely right. Got a feel for Jason there, no doubt about it. Controversial decision, tough decision for the referee. Never easy in those circumstances. But nonetheless, he's got a whole hat full of points once again, and he's in the championship chase, that's for sure. Fantastic scenes here in the stadium now. Celebration time. Everybody's going to be kicking around. They're going to wait for the fireworks as well, which will be spectacular. There's no doubt about that. We've enjoyed a wonderful evening. It really has been a privilege to be here, Chris. It's right from heat number 1, it just burst into action, and it just hasn't relented all through the evening.
Yeah, they know how to do Speedway in Poland, don't they, Kelvin? And this has been another fantastic event. It has been a whole event, from outside in the fan zone to inside in the stadium.
So we've got the next round, SGP round 3, coming up in Prague in a couple of weeks' time, June the 2nd and June the 3rd. And we've got SGP 2 for you, the opening round there on the Friday. And don't miss that. Another terrific stadium and venue for us to look forward to. But it's Sweden's night, that's for sure, with Freddie Lindgren coming out on top. And looks like Freddie could be the man to take it to the reigning champion. What a night of Speedway we've had. Really has been fabulous to be here. And we look forward to you joining us in Prague in the next couple of weeks.
Let it go.
and it was cold and yellow. Your skin, oh yeah, your skin and bones turning to something beautiful.
Working together for a more sustainable world tour. DHL and Coldplay.
What's that, Chico? You want to share our energy-saving tips and track what we use on our smart meter display? Shortening showers to 4 minutes. And don't leave appliances on standby. Switch them off at the wall. Chico?
Save energy this summer. Search Smart Energy Tips.
Ketchup.
Pickles. A triangle Whopper.
New Flame Grilled Whopper flavored Doritos.
Whoa.
Believe it. Plus, get a free Whopper meal offer with Doritos bags.
What a Grand Prix we have witnessed at the PGE Narodowy Stadium. The riders certainly put on the show for the 50,000 spectators inside the arena and for all those watching around the world. It wasn't without its drama or its controversy, namely in that final. Greg Hancock, where do we start?
Well, you know, in the U.S., there used to be a commercial for a long time ago about the Olympics, and it's like the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat, and there was definitely plenty of that tonight.
It was a roller coaster for so many of the riders, but particularly for Bartosz Marslik. You think that he had exclusion in Heat 1. He went down again in this complete contact with Jason Dahl. Should he have been excluded? Should it have been Jason Dahl going back out for that restart?
Well, you know, I mean, from the angles I saw, I didn't get to see all the replays, but it looked like that there was contact, you know, and it's just, you know, it's referee's discretion at that point, and a tough call to throw Bartosz Marslik off out of this event for the final, but you know, the referee saw what he saw. I feel bad for Doyle as well.
I feel slightly bad as well for Jack Calder. I mean, he'll be delighted, but if there hadn't been that coming together between Schmarzlik and Dahl, he would have taken his first victory.
If anything, it's for poor old Jack. I really feel bad for him, but I hope he takes the positive away from this and doesn't focus on the negative, because that kid's got a huge future ahead of him.
I think he'll definitely concentrate on the positive. He looks, you know, like... You know, Christmas had come early, but for Freddie Lindgren, you said it, Greg. You called it earlier. He's just getting better and better.
He sure is. I mean, you could see that he was determined tonight, and every heat that he, you know, he didn't make any big mistakes. He had that big wheelie where him and Dan Bewley almost came together, but he rode it out smooth, and he showed you, man, the guy wants to win the World Championship.
He absolutely does, and there's a few that night. Some unexpected results. Again, we talked about Leon Madsen and Maciej Janowski. They had a disappointing opening ride, and they haven't backed it up here either.
No, that's right. It's really surprising, you know. I mean, the indoor tracks are so challenging, as we talked about earlier too. But these guys, you know, there's so much pressure, but you got to make starts, and you can't afford to make mistakes. But it's just it's brutal out there.
I wonder how Bartosz Marslik is feeling at this moment. He really wanted to reward these fans that are so loyal in their dedication. He made his first final. He wanted to make his first victory here in Warsaw. But it just was a night that had everything for him, and he couldn't find the setup. What was interesting, Greg, is that he doesn't lose composure. So when it looked like it was going so badly wrong at the start of the night, it was just working tirelessly with his mechanics.
Yeah, they know it's a marathon, right? You've got 5 heats to get points for the semifinals, and he made a couple of mistakes that cost him valuable points, but you can see the determination. You can almost see the stress and the nerves, because he was shaking a little bit in some of the views that I saw, but the guy's just, he finds the composure, he finds the necessary things just to keep going forward and don't focus on the negative. How do I make this better? And look what he did in that final, man. He was in last place and ended up just, you know, making a lot of mistakes, but
he almost looked like he was going to win it at that last second. I know. Look at this skyline. It's such an impressive setting, and it has delivered this evening, and fireworks are about to go off.
Nie słyszę!
Dziesięć, 9, 8,
Razem!
7, 6, 5,
Enjoy the fireworks here inside the PGE now Adobe Stadium. Let's just take a beat and remind ourselves of all the drama and how it unfolded here in Warsaw.
Round number 2 then here in Warsaw in the Adobe Stadium. Fabulous venue. Early doors in heat number 2. And we saw Bartosz Smalczyk getting in all sorts of trouble and getting excluded in his opening ride. Tough start for the championship leader there, that's for sure. Leon Madsen back on his feet. He had to bail out as a consequence. On to heat number 8 then. Jason Doyle having a great night. Really riding strongly at this stage, coming through brilliantly on the inside of Martin Vasilik to force his way to the front. And certainly at this stage, Jason Doyle was looking really strong indeed and was winning races for fun. And clearly delighted with his form. Heat 15, Smalczyk had a difficult start to the night, but has then began to really find his form and powered to the front in Heat 15, actually lowering the colours of Jason Doyle for the first time in the evening, and all of a sudden Smalczyk beginning to find the form that he needed to make further progress. On to the semi-finals then. First semi-final drama here once again. Bewley initially away reasonably. We see Doyle out in front, Freddie Lindgren in the mix as well as they charge down into turns 3 and 4 for the first time. Lindgren out of shape, Bewley not sure quite what to do, tried to take avoiding action, but it was Doyle and Lindgren that made their way to the big grand final. Had to feel a little bit for Bewley here. No question about it, he felt that he could have been collected there by Freddie Lindgren. Lindgren did well to hang on to the motorbike, but Doyle out in front comfortably through. Semi-final number 2 then. Away they go, and once again Jack Holder having a fantastic run. Smalczyk having to work so very hard, finally getting the better of Ty Woofenden and Martin Vasilik to work his way through, but Jack Holder making his first final here in the Narodowy, clearly absolutely chuffed to bits with that. On to the main final itself. Here was the controversy with the contact between Smalczyk and Doyle. Big decision had to be made, and it was eventually was made, and Jason Doyle was thrown out of the final. Smalczyk had the opportunity to go in the rerun. Had to feel for Doyle at this stage, clearly upset. Riding so well throughout the evening. Second time of asking, Lindgren makes an absolutely textbook start out of gate 3, fires himself to the front. Smalczyk then out the back, but on the run to the checkered flag, it got so close with Jack Holder just hanging on, but the night belonged all to Freddie Lindgren, joint leader of the World Championship with Smalczyk with a first and a third. Fabulous scenes, wonderful Grand Prix. It's been a delight to be here, but Freddie Lindgren, what a start to this campaign he's having. A third in Godeshan, and on top of the box here in the Narodowy in Warsaw. Fabulous moment for him. Then we can look at the standings here of the World Championship after the 2 opening rounds of the 2023 campaign. Smalczyk and Lindgren on 36 points apiece. Doyle back in third on 28, Holder on 26. Great night for him. Lambert, Woofenden, Vasilik and Bewley chasing on. Frick, a reasonable night for him, but work to be done for Maciej Janowski and Leon Madsen. Super night at Speedway. We look forward now to Prague in a couple of weeks' time. We'll see you there.
Even just watching it back, Greg, it's still unbelievable, isn't it?
It really is. I mean, again, you didn't get a Polish winner tonight, but I thought Doyle was going to win it, and I thought Freddie was obviously kept his composure all night, and he came out, made a surprise victory. But this is awesome for the championship, and what a night for the Polish fans.
You want this kind of jeopardy, don't you? You want to see the others come in charging hard, and Bartosz not having it easy.
No, exactly. You can see that the only way to beat this guy is to rattle his cage, and I think tonight they rattled him a little bit, but you've got to keep on rattling.
Let's talk about then the big talking point of the night and this controversial decision that had to be made, and it was Jason Doyle that was excluded. From your perspective, Craig, how did you see it? I know I'm putting you on the spot here.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I like I said, I didn't see the final replays, but at that point it looked like there was a little bit of contact, and I would have thought that, like, because he was coming from the back, that he would have been at fault. However, the referee has a different set of eyes, and I didn't get to see the full replay of it, but feel bad either way, but that's racing, man.
So would the decision have been made, the fact that Bartosz Zmarzlik wheels were in front?
Yeah, of course. He did have a wheel in front, but there's a lot of things to consider. You know, he was coming from the back with speed. Did they actually touch, or was it, you know, the referee probably thought at that time that maybe he just dropped it more than anything, because it's a contact sport.
It did look like they made contact. It did look like the elbows were out. I mean, no malintent, obviously. It was just Bartosz that was charging hard to get onto the podium. But you got to feel for Jason Doyle. That's 2 finals, and he's been down on the deck twice.
Yeah, he'll probably be going home really questioning things. You know, of course, you're always questioning, but something like that, to be on the ground twice, like he basically dominated most of the night. He had it in his hands, but, you know, it doesn't always turn out that way. You got to keep your composure all the way through.
Okay, well, let's head to the pits and to Scott Nicholls.
Yeah, thanks, Abby. I'm with that winner again. Freddie, is it sunk in yet?
Yeah, it's sunk in. It feels great. It feels awesome. You know, I'm lost for words. It's been a long time since I won a GP, actually, and it's only my 6th career win. So, and I had a few attempts. So it's definitely special to win a GP and here in Warsaw in front of all his fans, friends and family. My daughter is here. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, you said that the fans are amazing, and having your family here, how special is that?
It's very special. You know, we have a lot of friends here, sponsors. You know, we have a big event with a lot of people that are close to me. So, you know, I'm just happy.
I can see you're happy. I'll let you carry on, celebrate, enjoy it. Well done, Freddie. I'm going to move along now and see if I can catch up with Bartosz. See, he's a man in demand. Bartosz, I'm going to slide in. Bartosz, you had to work very hard for that tonight. You said you're not a massive fan of these indoor tracks, but you still managed to make the podium.
Wow, so unbelievable night today for me. So I'm, you know, winning with my bad pass in Warsaw. I be in the final, and for me, so really nice night.
And it was a very tough race between you and Jason on that last lap.
Yes, it's very hard, and the bad moment for together.
Yeah, it's Speedway, but well done. You made the final. Congratulations. I'm going to now move on to the cameraman's going to back up a little bit. I'm going to slide across now to Jack Holder, who I have to feel bitterly disappointed for Jack. He's made his first final. He's leading at last lap. Obviously, there was an incident between Jason Doyle and Bartosz Zmarzlik, but I'm going to slide in here now and grab Jack. He's obviously on the dog and bone to somebody who's congratulating him. Jack, mate, I've got a feel for you. You had it in the bag, and I know that's kind of rubbing it in a little bit, but you're going to take the positives, no doubt.
Yeah, I promised Mum a happy Mother's Day present, and I was going to get a trophy, but...
well, it's a pretty good one.
Yeah, it's the wrong one. Sorry, Mum. Nah, mate, I'm mixed emotions, you know. Of course, it's my first final, which I'm over the moon with, and then... you know, I was leading, I was like, I was counting down my laps, and, you know, I seen the red light, but I was just focused on doing that start again. But, you know, this is Speedway. The amount of times that happens, you miss the start. But
I think they call it Sod's Law.
I don't like it. But, nah, mate, I'm over the moon. It's been a great night. First final. Very happy.
Oh, you're going to be. And like you said, that last lap, you probably not felt emotions like that in a race before, no doubt.
Nah, mate, I looked behind and I had a pretty good gap, and I'm just going, you're kidding. And then, you know, I seen a red light and I was like, was that a camera or a red light? And it was a red light. But yeah, mate, it's definitely mixed emotions. But, you know, look at my start of my season last year. It's 10 times better. I'm more relaxed. I feel at home in the Grand Prix. We're definitely making big strides, and better things to come.
100%. I'll let you enjoy the night. Thanks for chatting. Back to you, Abby.
Oh, Jack Holder apologising to his mum there. I'm sure mum is absolutely delighted. He was unlucky in Croatia not to make the semi-final, but the performance that we've seen from him tonight almost takes us back to Vojens and the Speedway of Nation, where he was just on sparkling form.
Yeah, exactly. And that Holder family, those roots are deep, you know. So I feel for Jack a lot. And, you know, he's really come on strong in this last year. And tonight to see what he did there. Like, he must be gutted, but I'm sure he's going to take away the positives from this because the kid rode out of his skin, and he should be proud.
And he made some electric starts, didn't he?
He sure did. I mean, the final there, the first one was just beautiful. And he even said, I talked to him at the before the restart, and he was like, I'm not sure if I can do the same again. Those ruts are so deep. But, look, man, you just got to dig deep, man. You got 2 minutes to do your gardening. You just got to use it.
And how hard is that to handle that disappointment and to reset on the starting line when you know that you could have just been lifting that gold trophy?
Oh, absolutely. It's just you got to let that go and just put your full focus back into it. But it's easy to stand here and say that, right?
But Bartosz Zmarzlik, we talked about the resilience that we saw of him in Croatia. We've seen it again tonight. He only got 1 point in the first 2 heats. He hit the deck, as we mentioned, in that opening round, and then he came back and won his next 2 heats. It's the mark of the champion, and he gets really involved with his team, doesn't he, to just fix things.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Kept his composure, as you say, too. So he was definitely rattled, and I think that fall definitely got him going. And remember last year, too, he had a couple of mishaps, and the pressure of all this, wanting to win in his home crowd and just all the sponsors, everything, you could see that he got flustered, and he was flustered all night, but he keeps charging. They work hard. His mechanics they're insane. They're a solid team, and it didn't work out, but it was pretty darn close, man. He should be stoked.
Scott joins us now. What a night.
Oh, man, and Freddie Lindgren, I mean, he's had the rub of the green, hasn't he? Like 2 rounds now, and but he worked hard for it. And talking to Freddie, Greg will love this because Greg was always very innovative. Can't even get the word out, I'm that excited. But about pushing the bikes all the time, and Freddie had one of these on tonight, a belt drive. All the other boys have a chain. They produce more power. Greg's test with him, give a different feel. But one thing for sure is that now he's won, there'll be a few boys with him next time out,
yeah.
Guaranteed.
That's right.
It is impressive, the fact that he is 37 and he just does seem to be improving. But this has got to now just give him that little inner fire. Like he said to you, it's been a while since he's had a victory. He was on the top step of the box in 2017 here. He's got to be like, this season could be mine.
100%, and Freddie, he's got plenty of fire in the belly, but now he's combining with that experience, with that age on his side, and that will definitely light the fire even more, and he's going to be a tough man to beat from now on in.
Greg, have you enjoyed the night?
I've had a blast. I mean, just watching every heat and watching the gate positions, how they were coming into play for the final, semifinals and finals, and the track was definitely starting to cut up a little bit. It was getting tricky, but some guys were using those ruts on the straightaways up by the fence to launch them into the corner.
That's a brave thing to do.
It's a really brave thing to do, and I know that Dan Bewley did it a couple times and told me about what he was using it for. And I mean, you've got to use it to your advantage, and sometimes you watch those guys and think, I think I could beat these guys sometimes, and then the reality of it is no chance.
You need courage on a whole new level. Scott, what can we look forward to in Prague?
Man, hopefully more of this, but
Yeah.
Prague can deliver. It's all down to track preparation, but we've seen some fantastic races there before. Zmarzlik again has made that final, though, and that's putting the pressure on the boys, but like Greg said earlier, his cage has been rattled.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's been a brilliant night. Thank you to both of you. Greg, you mentioned Freddie Lindgren. He's like a fine wine. Well, he's certainly in vintage form. See you in Prague.
This program is presented by Infinite Reality, powering the ultimate fan experience in the metaverse.